Hello students, today we are going to study a play by Girish Karnad whose name is Nagamandal. The play being written by Girish Karnad, well known or renowned playwright and a screenplay writer. He has written number of plays for movies as well. He's got so many awards that we will see. But before we study Nagamandal, we need to focus on certain things, such as a tradition in which he writes. Now, obviously, he writes in Indian tradition. Means his drama is written for Indian audience and it is written by an Indian. So his plays has influences of Indian tradition. So it is very necessary to understand what is Indian theatre and what kind of origin it has and what kind of development it has and what is happening right now in this. If we understand these things, we will be able to study Girish Karnad's play in a right perspective. If we look at our topics are organized along with this general outline of our discussion today would follow. This means first thing that the Indian drama passed through 3 stages, and first stage, second stage and third stage. First stage is well developed Sanskrit drama which died up to 10th century. From 10th century onward there is Bhakti movement influenced drama, and there is third phase in which East-West confrontation born a drama. And now drama is facing, or what is state of drama in modern times or present times, where the art of drama or art or theatre is facing too much problems because of videos, because of television. We know that in India, the myths of Ramayana and Mahabharata are part of our life. Now, if you see Ramayana and Mahabharata, there are so many rituals conducted while watching the stories, and these rituals were part of Indian tradition. Now, during these rituals, music, dance, this kind of things were performed, and that is a part of drama. Certain storytelling like ballads, certain performance, on so many occasions they were performed, and they were written in Sanskrit language. So the beginning of drama, when we consider about it, it started with it was deeply rooted, or it started with primitive magical activities religious activities, social activities. Now, social activities means festivals. You have the festival at Nerle, when the tamasha is organized. Now this tamasha is played by certain folk, means it is extempore. It is written on the written while it is played. Such kind of art is called folk art. Now in the beginning, everything started in folk art. So festivals, Bhavai is another one. During Bhavai time also certain performances are done. Then certain ritualistic dances, festivals. Even in today's tribes, we come across so many such kind of tradition which we can relate to the art of drama writing or to the drama. In India, a person has to pass through several rituals from his birth to death. And there are few rituals which are prone to for the celebration. And during these things, during these incidents, the plays were performed. So performance of play is part of Indian tradition. It is not new. Even there are just references in Vedic literature to the property which is used in drama playing, decorational things. And besides that, there are references to few people who are more or less like actors, like Gandharva, Suta, Sailush, Kari, Apsara, Veena player. There is a reference to Yama and Yami, Pururava Urvashi, Vishwamitra Nandi, Agatsha Lopamitra, Indra, Aditi. Means all these references tell that there was a tradition of passing down the theory with the help of theatre. Even the stories of Mahabharata and Ramayana, these stories also say that in India there was drama or theatre which existed and which developed. Now, this drama, where did it develop? What kind of things do we come across in these dramas? Let us think about it. Now, in certain Buddhist and Jain texts, there is a reference that monks should not be allowed to visit dramatic performances. When the prohibition order is given, प्रतिबंधात्मक order कधी दिली जाते? Prohibitional order is given when that kind of activity has overwhelmed the society and is having negative influence on the society. During that time, this happens. So, as there is a reference to this, it means that before the rise of Buddha and Jains cults, there was Indian theatre, or the dramatic activity was taking place during that period. In Panini's Astadhyayi, which is written in 4th century BC, there is reference to dramatic works and performers. In Arthashastra of Kautilya, performances, dances, music, musical instruments, and more. The people who make their living from theatre are mentioned. It does clearly mean that there was the drama during this period. Now, these references which we are right now talking, they are from 6th century BC. It means that the theatrical activity of India goes as back as 600 century BC. Otherwise, how there could have been how it could have come to us, or how could it have been mentioned in it. Now, this kind of storytelling appears to have been divided, or appears to have been related with myths. Means these plays are related with myths. Myths from Ramayana and Mahabharata. Even when such stories are told, certain local sagas are also used to write stories on it. Robin Hood kind of people, on them ballads are written. So these were the themes which the origin means, Sanskrit drama was written on. Even there are references to, means, in Patanjali's book, there are references to Kamsavada. Now, Kamsavada is related with Pandav Pratap or Sri Krishna's life. And it means that there was the Indian tradition of writing a drama. Besides this, another one thing which is very much important while talking about Indian drama, one should not miss the mention of Natya Shastra. This book is said to have written by Bharat Muni, but it doesn't. I don't think that it is written by one individual, or critics don't think that it is written by one individual, but it is accumulated knowledge which is compiled by different people. Natya Shastra enjoys the reputation of fifth Veda. This why it enjoys fifth Veda, or what is meaning of this has to be understood. In Hindu religion there are 4 Vedas, and the information which is compiled in Natya Shastra has their origin in 4 different Vedas. There are certain passages about music, about dance, about singing, about performances in these 4 Vedas. And using this base, Bharat Muni wrote Natya Shastra. And in that Natya Shastra, we come across this thing, what you say, references to theater. It means that it is compiled from the Vedas and it is called fifth Veda. It means that Indian theater had a continuous and regular theatrical activity, which is important part for establishing tradition. Now these dramas were not a thing which is very insignificant one, because if we focus on the plays which have come down to us, unfortunately the quantity is not too much compared to Greek or the other dramas. However, it is fair enough which tells us that these drama reflected the temper of that society, the moral being of that society. So it was deeply rooted in the contemporary society, and it was a national kind of thing, because the drama was written in Sanskrit, and Sanskrit was pan-Indian language. It was spoken from Himalayas to Kanyakumari. If it had been written in one language, then the theatrical activity could have been delimited by the region where that language is spoken. But here Sanskrit was used, and Sanskrit was spoken all over India. So it was national theatre, Indian theatre we can say. This play or plays even focus on the background of the society, where the predicament of individuals is described. Let us take Bhasha. Bhasha to Bodhayana, this is period from around, before Christ to 7th century AD. During this period, most of the plots were taken from Puranas like Ramayana and Mahabharata, epic poetry of India. Bhasa's plays even were based on Ramayana and Mahabharata. His plays Mahabharat Pratima, Abhishek, Madhyama, Viyog, Urubanga, Karna Bhara, and several episodes from Mahabharata or these Puranas are used by Kalidasa. Used it in Malvika Agnimitra, Shudraka in Mritchakatika, Malati Madhav of Bhavbhuti. Means they used this. About Bhasa's plays, Bhasa used rupakas, which are mentioned. These are different forms of, or the different forms which were mentioned in Natya Shastra were used by Bhasha. In the place of Bhasha, we come across the wider conflict or wider human emotions, the intensity of dramatic. dramatic activities, dramatic actions. This all talk about good kind of play or good kind of art being developed there. Another one writer is Kalidas, whose Abhijana Shakuntala is very famous play. And on the basis of that play, he is said to be an Indian Shakespeare. He has written Vikram Urvashi and Abhijan Shakuntala, and these plays are written in very fine theatrical skills or skills of drama writing. In these plays, the ironic comments or the way the drama develops, it talks about the contemporary society, the society, and even means in the tensions created in the play, the agonies through which the characters pass, their predicament, and the ironic use of language focus light on the social life of that time. The language is also powerfully used. It means, and that is the reason why Kalidas is compared with Shakespeare. Then comes Shudraka. Shudraka's play Mritchikatika is set against the social and political upheavals which took place in his time. His Charudatta and Vasanta Sena episodes intensify the conflict of human emotions. Then Vishaka Datta is another one playwright whose Mudra Rakshasa is famous. Means, it contains, which is a political play, and its political background, all things are we come across in it. Then there is Bhavabhuti or other dramatists. The one more thing which we should talk about Indian drama, that we should try to differentiate it from Greek drama. Greek drama was based on human conflict. In the fate of this human drama, oracles, destiny, stars played their life. And this conflict was a more personal one. The intention was creating a rising and falling action where audience could go through certain experience. The Greek drama मध्ये oracles, डेस्टिनी किंवा नशीब या गोष्टी त्याच्यामध्ये सहभागी होतात. आणि याच्यामधला जो संघर्ष आहे हा संघर्ष पर्सनल आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये वर वाढत जाणारी ॲक्शन आणि पुन्हा खाली संपणारी ॲक्शन असा त्याचा एक दोन भागामध्ये आपण त्याचं डिव्हिजन करू शकतो. आणि या दरम्यान ऑडियन्स किंवा प्रेक्षक एक वेगळ्या एक्सपिरियन्समधून जातात. Whereas Indian drama is quite different drama. It is based on a rasa theory. Rasa theory means, rasa means it is terrible, comic, then furious, pathetic or pathos, horrible. These kind of rasas, 8 rasas, and last one, peace. In the progression of the play, intention of the dramatist is to give rise to certain emotions, and with these emotions to please the audience and to teach them. So this is rasa theory. There were even in Sanskrit short plays written. Those were called bhanas. Sanskrit drama and Greek drama, both of these dramas were different from each other. In Indian drama, there is Swagat. Swagat, you know, and Janantika or Apavarita. These are and Akashvani. These are the techniques which were used by then writers. Swagat means the people, a man character talks on the stage and it is believed that nobody else listens it. Janantika is a further development which is not found in Western drama. Here two characters talk and it is supposed that means this Indian dramatists took advantage of illusion theory and they thought that these two characters are speaking and they are listened by the audience only. This Apavarita or Janantika is that one. Akashvani is another one, means in the actions involved in drama, there these people were involved who gods, and how the god would enter in it. The god would enter in it by Akashvani. So when and in English theatre it is done in a different way, altogether different way. Characters from heaven are drafted from the gallery, whereas from hell they come from bottom, means below the platform of the stage. Now this Sanskrit drama, where it was performed, is there any extant tradition of performance of Sanskrit drama from which we can form certain idea about the existence of Sanskrit theatre in old days? If we try to think about it, in Kerala there is Kuttiyattam tradition, in which the drama is spoken in Sanskrit verses, and Vidushaka or jester explains or comments on this. And this Kuttiyattam was performed in Kerala. Besides this, there is no tradition of Sanskrit dramatic performance. All these plays were performed, so it is called a Dakshinatya tradition. म्हणून याला दाक्षिणात्य परंपरा पर असं म्हटलं जातं. It is so obvious that the plays written during this period were good. Their dramatic script was good. It was acting oriented, and the technical skills developed, displayed by the writers was also good. And all these things are found in Natya Shastra. After 4th, 5th century, dramatic activity in Sanskrit started to degrade, and it disintegrated up to 10th century. And from 10th century onward, we come across another one kind of drama. And that drama is the second phase of drama. So let us consider this phase of Sanskrit drama. This phase of Sanskrit drama is divided from classical Sanskrit drama, and they call it folk theatre. Folk theatre is a kind of theatre which is extempore, म्हणजे ते त्याच क्षणाला लिहिलं जातं. It is a kind of entertainment which intends at the entertainment of people. Besides that, it has no any objective or any expectation from the people. However, if we study the drama, or if we take the references which are available in different books, we see that there is a tradition of performance. The complexity of the theatre and the proficiency which is expected in the theatre is found in it. So there is a tradition. जी एक परंपरेची गरज असते, ती परंपरा आपल्याला इथं पाहायला मिळते. म्हणून it would be wrong to call it a folk theatre. We shall call it traditional theatre rather than folk theatre. And this traditional theatre is different than Sanskrit drama. There are Rupakas and Uparupakas which developed from 10th century. And certain this drama which developed during Middle Ages is influenced by Bhakti movement. You know that around 9th-10th century, Bhakti movement took roots, and the deity of Krishna in the different forms, as in Pandharpur, Vithala, in Assam, Ankinant, and they started a pilgrimage. So in Assam, Ankinant, in Tamil Nadu, Bhagavat Mela, in Kerala, Krishnattam, in Andhra Pradesh, Kuchipudi, in Maharashtra, Dasavatar, in Uttar Pradesh, Ras Leela and Rama Leela. These performers, they performed the plays, and most of these plays were based on the life of Lord Krishna. So Rukmini Haran, Parijat Haran, Kali Daman, Sri Rama Vijay, Uttara Ramayan, Lav Kush, means few of the plays which were performed during this time were related with the God Krishna and Ram. So Sanskrit drama got transformed into a bhakti movement in this form. So Surdasa's plays, devotional religious plays, were also famous. Now these plays were performed in Jatra stories of Bengal. In Jatra, means it is not only related with the religious stories, but in Jatra of Bengal, Tirukottu of Tamil Nadu, Vithanikattam of Andhra Pradesh, we come across some political themes, mythological episodes, social incidents, historical episodes, which are used for imparting lessons to the society. Tamasha, Bhavai, Mach, Khayal, Sang, Swang, Nautanki, nakl, band, bandpatra, khariyal. These forms of drama definitely take us away from the religious theme to the social themes. And there is a rich tradition in Tamasha Patthepapura, which is very famous one, whom we know. There are several other traditions of theatre in during this period. Now, when this bhakti movement did not last for a long time, in the late part of the South Indians started to worship Lord Shiva. So Shaivite movement also started, and this Shaivite movement influenced Indian drama. There was Parsi theatre, but that Parsi theatre was not so much important, or that was not that good for us. In the third phase, which comes after colonization of India, and it develops in certain regions, and from those centers it expands to Indian continent, subcontinent. So this drama is born out of cultural consequences or cultural, economical, political results of West and East confrontation. In England, there was a rich tradition of drama. So they brought the art of drama to India, and this art which they brought in their colonies to the centers like Calcutta, Bombay and Madras. And in these three centers, Bengali, Marathi and Tamil theatre developed, or South Indian theatre developed. Bengali theatre means, in Bengali theatre we come across many people like Girish Chandra Ghosh, Ardhendu Mustafi, Amritlal Basu, Amrendranath Dutt, and these people contributed. These people they first copied the drama of the Western people, and then they came to, they started having their own tradition. There are several traditions, several translation of Shakespeare's. Similarly, another one colony was Mumbai. In Mumbai, Marathi theatre developed. Now this Marathi theatre was a little bit different. Means one new activity, these Marathi theatre actors, they went, there were travelling companies and they were performing plays in different parts of the rural India. The activities were not only related with Mumbai, and few names even are related with Bal Gandharva and all those people. Vishnudas Bhave, Bhave Natya Mandir at Sangli is established after him. Anna Sahib Kirloskar, Shakuntal Saurabh, all these plays were written by him. Govind Ballal Dewar, Krishnaji Prabhakar or Kaka Sahib Khadilkar. There is, Ganpatrao Joshi, Ganpatrao Bhagwat, Bapurao Kollatkar, Keshavrao Bhosle, Bal Gandharva. And from Bal Gandharva, it reminds me that in India, women did not take part in the plays. So it came late. Men performed acts of women, and Bal Gandharva is particularly famous for these activities. Now there is Gujarati theatre, Parsi theatre. In North India, there was not significant theatre because North India was a political center, and this political center there was no peace, and art develops during the peace time. This did not develop there. The hunger of entertainment was satisfied by what do you say, Parsi theater. They performed some, they just staged and made a lot of money there. Parsi theater. So Parsi theater got its after independence, Indian People's Theatre Association (IPTA) did certain efforts, and they tried to develop, and even Prithvi theatre. Otherwise, theatrical activity in India would have got subsided. After 1953 or in the 50s, many of the dramatic activities took place in which people translated plays from the writers of across the world, from Russian, from German, from French, all the theaters. You see, Chekhov, Tolstoy, Gorky, Sartre, Bertolt Brecht. Even in India, because of this one, many people just diverted towards theater, and we come across number of activities across India, from South India to North India. You see, the King Oedipus, translated by Ibrahim Alkazi, Shantata Court Chalu Ahe, written by Vijay Tendulkar, Arvind Deshpande's Angar, Utpal Datta means what he was doing. All these things were of significance. In this, even Girish Karnad's Tughlaq made great impact. Ashad Ka Ek Din is by Mohan Rakesh, Adhe Adhure. These were also the some plays. So dramatic activities were developed in India, but nowadays drama writing is facing, or it is degenerating or disintegrating, because people have got television for entertainment, and much of the talent which was looking after the theater is diverted to television, movies. Even movies are threatened nowadays. This kind of things do happen in are happening right now, and Indian people, Indian drama writers are taking this on their head to just contribute for the Indian theatre. Against this background, we have to study Girish Karnad's play Nagamandal. We will talk about Girish Karnad and his introduction during the next lecture, and afterwards we will continue talking about the play. Okay, thank you. Stay home, stay safe.